Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shitshow. Bum 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 bum. Today is day 11 of my no fap journey, and I'm starting to feel on my A game again. So last night I had a good night of sleep, and I had a good dream actually. And I say it's a good dream because a lot of my dreams end up coming true down the road in one way or another. Sometimes not exactly true, but a lot of times they come true. Go watch my videos. I predicted the future in my dreams many, many times. I even predicted COVID-19, the Great Recession, among other big events. I didn't predict we would have a female vice president. I didn't predict Obama either, but I predicted COVID and the Great Recession of 2008. Go watch my previous videos. But last night, I dreamt that it had been years from now that I've been making bismuth art, and I was making so much art and selling so much of it that I had ordered 6 tons of bismuth, and it had arrived on my doorstep. And during the dream, I kind of knew it was a dream as it was going on. But in my mind, I was thinking, let's enjoy this dream while it's going on because it might be a while before I actually get to do 6 tons of bismuth. In the dream, I was pouring, among other things, Pokemon characters, religious figures, coins, bars, you name it, right? And I really had a blast. And I'm thinking to myself, when I wake up, I won't have 6 tons of bismuth to play with. Let's enjoy it while we're in the dream. It's one of those things. It's a dream while it's going on, but you still want to enjoy it as much as possible. That was how I was feeling during the dream. I rarely have a dream that feels like that, but I'm excited because all of my dreams end up coming true in one way or another. But it was uh, my first time ever dreaming something that ended up coming true. I was 8 years old. I had dreamt that my family and I were on the road, and I was the only child at the time. It was three of us. We all needed to use the bathroom really badly, and we pull into a Kmart and all run into the bathroom. And a couple days later, my family and I were out to lunch, and we all went to the bathroom at Kmart. And it was just by coincidence. Our car was just going past the Kmart when the idea of going to the bathroom came up. I dreamt about finding several rolls of silver coins. I used to love to search coins. And one time I had dreamt about finding 5 rolls of silver coins, and then I found them. I dreamt that I was at a computer game conference when my ex girlfriend showed up with her new boyfriend, and I was talking to them about the new game that I had written. And as we get to the elevator, I hold the door for the two of them. And my ex girlfriend looked to her new boyfriend and said, "Oh, don't get in the elevator with this guy. He has a disease." And I woke up shaking. And I thought, at the time, I was grappling with eating disorders. And I thought that was a sign that I needed to change. And so in early 2020, I made a resolution to normalize my relationship with food. I was out of control. And every time I had a craving to binge eat, I thought about how my ex girlfriend had said I had a disease and not to get in the elevator with me. And that comment really hit me hard because I know a lot of my dreams come true. And also, she was around this time she was ghosting me on Facebook. She has since we have since talked again, but at the time she was ghosting. And then I had dreamed that she had talked to her. That she had said to her new boyfriend, "Stay away from this guy. He has a disease." She's not even in another relationship, but I dreamt that she had a new boyfriend. Anyway, so the comment hit me hard until March of that year when everybody was avoiding getting into elevators with everybody. Then it finally made sense to me. I predicted COVID-19. 9 months before it had happened, I predicted COVID-19. So that's good. But last night I was predicting that one day I would have 6 tons of bismuth. I think I will. The number 6 always comes up in my dream in one way. Ever since COVID-19, 6 has been my favorite number because I did so well when I was 6 feet away from everybody else. And it says, so I get a comment. We should have, I wish I had talked about this dream on YouTube because few people believed me when I said that I had dreamed about this. I mean, I even sent an email to a friend of mine. Oh my God, my ex-girlfriend thinks I have a disease. I'll show you that email in another video. But I even emailed a friend of mine, but I just didn't record a video, in large part because I was hoping things wouldn't go that way with my ex-girlfriend. We have since talked again. I don't think she has any interest in dating anybody, so, but we're still close friends. I just wish I had talked about it back then because now people would believe me. I predicted the Great Recession. I was in college at the time, and I just dreamt that we had another Great Depression. And so at the time, I really loved searching rolls of coins, and I dreamt that our family was starving, and they were waiting for me to find a rare coin so that I could feed them for a couple weeks. That was the extent of my dream at the time. But I was only 17 years old, so that was the extent of my creativity. But last night, as I was dreaming it, I knew I was dreaming it. I just wanted to enjoy it while it was there because I knew in my real life it will be a while before I have 6 tons of bismuth to play with. Uh, I have 10 tons of bismuth stockpiled in my garage. What do I do with it? Well, in my dream, I was pouring Pokemon characters and religious figures, especially. I'm not very good at making those crystals, so I'll have to give it another try at some point. I just hate how intensive the process is. It makes a lot of slag, and then you gotta put it into the furnace, and it's just very time consuming compared to pouring the statues of bismuth. But I'll give it another try at some point. I might need to make a bismuth Jesus. Yeah, I guess you could try to do that. I'm thinking of Buddha because in 1971, President Marcos had confiscated a large 1-ton gold Buddha, and I don't know why. I think it would be nice to make one out of some metal, maybe not gold just yet, but bismuth, right? And besides, I showed in a previous video, bismuth kind of becomes gold in a very, very long time period, right? We're talking like maybe a Google years, right? 10 to the power of 100. Go watch my last video about that. And so maybe I could make a Buddha out of bismuth and then launch it into deep space where it could decay on its own, right? Although I don't think deep space will work. It will absorb neutrons and it will just cycle between lead, bismuth, polonium, and back and forth, right? You need it to actually decay, right? Um, Anyway, this is the Peter Shitshow. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shitshow. Bum 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 bum.